So I know this is the opposite of California, both climate-wise and politically, and that's the purpose of this video. Is I have, spent probably a total of 2 or 3 years of my life down in the areas that are burning, and God help those people. This is North Idaho. It's a town of 600 or so people. And we have a little tiny government that you would think of as an HOA. And you know what? The roads are clear. Despite the snowstorm we had last night, the roads will be clear tomorrow morning. There's a little fire station down the hill. It's about a 2.5 mile run. The guy who runs it is at a house that's, you can't see me pointing, over that hill. His name is Thomas. His son's name is Bo. Really good people. When we've had threats of fire here, we've had neighborhood meetings to let us know the one official emergency egress, the unofficial emergency egress. When we had the people from Antifa decide they wanted to come over and terrorize us, we had a town hall meeting. You know what's not here? There is no police force. We can't afford a police force, so we have to rely on a bigger city. But no one up here is robbing houses. And literally just straight over the hill is a separate country of Washington State, and the crime rate is 70% higher. Houses straight over that hill are 40% less than houses over here in Idaho. And this has a lot to do with the fact that we have this tiny little government. And somehow we afford to take care of the essentials. That is protecting ourselves from fire, being able to put them out if they start, having backup contracts with bigger organizations if, God forbid, we need a firefighting plane or helicopter. And we do this all without DEI, without the distractions of a mayor. Like in Los Angeles, so-called Mayor Bass is in Ghana. She's in a so-called third world country as a photo op, video op to have her foreign policy credentials, while her policies are turning Santa Monica and Palisades into a third world country. The woman cut $17.5 million from the firefighting budget about 6 months before this happened. NPR reminds us that the priority of the LA Fire Department was hiring BIPOC leadership. Meanwhile, the old style firefighters, the actual firefighters who actually have to go put theory into application, are trying to save lives and property without water. Try it. I just listened to an argument between a firefighter and a dispatcher about prioritizing the Getty Museum. This was called a high-pri structure, and God bless this firefighter who came back and said, no, I can't make that a priority. I have houses, I have schools, I've got families, I can't make that a priority. They're out there, theory destroyed, application right there. They're having to apply it. I think this is a turning point, because this video here, this is President Trump warning the world of what was going to happen in California. He did this on Joe Rogan's podcast.
They said, we have no water. I said, do you have a drought? No, we don't have a drought. I said, why don't you have no water? Because the water isn't allowed to flow down. It's got a natural flow from Canada all the way up north of water, more water than they could ever use. And in order to protect a tiny little fish, the water up north gets routed into the Pacific Ocean. Millions and millions of gallons of water gets poured. I could have water for all of that land, water for your forests. You know, your forests are dry as a bone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Dangerous.
That water could be routed. You know, you could have everything. Oh, not only dangerous, billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And, you know, there's a case with the environment. They're not allowed to rake their forests because You're not allowed to touch it. And all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
We'll certainly get rid of the dead fall.
And get rid of the trees that are fallen
Yeah.
that, are like.
See, can be a turning point if the Republicans will make it a turning point. God be with the people in California. I've got family down there. I'm watching footage of places I remember from doing business down there. And may this, in fact, finally wake people up to get what you vote for. God bless you.